Look, we'd had policy comparison in place for 9 or 10 years at the time. So we're talking 5 years ago now. And to me, the focus on the industry was becoming more and more and more price. And no one remembers the price when a claim occurs. They want the policy coverage, they want the financial strength rating, and they want good claim service. So we had in place already policy comparison, as I said. This to me was the next phase. You can go and get the financial strength rating, and that's available in some regards, although not legally on home in this country. And that's not our area of expertise. So I decided to bring on claims comparisons so that we could get two arms so that the insurance advisor or the client, the customer, can make an informed decision. Now, it's a free service that we do for the entire industry so that anyone can go onto claimscomparison.com and get the claims rating for free. Righto, for the personal lines where we have access to the Financial Ombudsman Service data, we take that. And that's quite a fair system. We've given a lot of thought to that, and it's not, the big insurers aren't penalised. It's not just on the number, it's a proportion. It's based on per 100,000 policies. So if someone has really high number, but because they've got a high number of policies, it evens itself out. So we take that, but on top of that, we do a survey 3 times a year that customers can come on that know about the site, and a big part of this is getting more and more people to understand it. And we're really pleased that a lot of insurers who have particularly the ones with high ratings, actually publicise that and put the website there, which we encourage, because the more people can understand this, the better, and we're getting away from price. So that's number one. So that can happen at any time. But then we do a survey of suppliers, so panel beaters, builders, restoration companies, engineers, loss adjusters, anyone in the industry, and insurance brokers can rate based on 4 criteria. The speed of service, whether it's been accurate, whether they're proactive or you've got to keep chasing them, and their overall fairness. So those 4 criteria, and we take the rating from that and put it all together. Yeah, so that's the main criteria. It's all on the website under how we rate. So if anyone wants to know, they can go there. There is have your say button on the site, but then through our social media and on the website, we tell people that now is the time for the survey. The Mansfields came about through a discussion with Terry McMullen of Insurance News. We're just talking about the insurance industry in general and how there's so many awards out there. But to me, as an ex-claims person, I made the almost throwaway line that the only thing that we're not rating is, to me, the most important part of the industry, and that's the claims service. And Terry immediately came on board and said, well, we should do this, we should make it a proper award. And then it went from there that we could use the survey data from claims comparison, we could give a lot of promotion and get even a bigger survey than normal involved. And then the next bit was that it shouldn't be for profit. We're not there to, some of these places you just buy your award or your star rating. We didn't want it to be that way. So very early on we decided that we would not have it as profit making. So all the money that is raised, it's not spent on actually for the awards themselves or hosting the night. And we got some great generous donations from both iCare and Steadfast in our first year. Some ticket sales, we covered our costs, and then there was a profit this year, and so that is going to be all donated, every last penny, to a charity, an orphanage in Sumatra, right next to the fort that gave rise to the claim that Lord Mansfield gave a judgment on about utmost good faith. Look, the underlying principle of insurance is utmost good faith, and that came from a court case 251 years ago from 1766. So, even before Captain Cook sailed up the east coast of Australia, this was enshrined in the insurance industry, and it comes from this case, Carter and Boehm, as I said, which stemmed from a claim in Sumatra in Indonesia, where a British fort owned by the East India Company was attacked by a French privateer. The insurer didn't pay the claim, and Carter took the case to court. Lord Mansfield was the presiding judge. He was a great judge, probably the best of his certainly his generation, but the whole of that century, is regarded as the most enlightened judge, and he certainly wanted all contracts to be open and honest, but insurance more than other. And then he instilled this need for good faith in insurance contracts. That has been taken into Australian insurance law in the Insurance Contracts Act, and Section 22 is virtually the 4 sections that he quoted in that case have been enshrined in our law, along with Section 13 of the Contract Act, which says that either party or both parties have to show good faith to each other in insurance dealings. It was an overwhelming success. Both Terry and I were delighted with the response, and the things that there were people just so happy to get the award, and the award itself is such a beautiful. So the team, so Madison Seymour from Insurance News and Ashley and Andrew from LMI really got together and came up with a fantastic design based on the profile of Lord Mansfield. The two things, besides that, the other thing was that the claims teams were so pleased that senior personnel, that the CEOs and very senior people with the industry came out on the night to support them, because often claims is forgotten. And as I said on the night, both my children played field hockey, and I felt often that the claims departments are like the goalie, that a goalie can have a ripper of a game, can save 17 goals, and it's just taken as standard, whereas a striker can get 1 goal and he's the big hero, but that goalie has actually saved the need to score another 16 goals by saving the day. And that's what this is about. It's not about saving the day, it's about just some recognition, and to get that recognition by the awards and by senior personnel just turning up on the night meant so much to them. So the overwhelming feeling of the evening, and everyone I spoke to, is this has to become an annual event, and I think it's going to become bigger and better every year from now on.